Welcome back to Comic Universe, the only nerd-centric thing you need in your life. DPZ rolling solo again, and yeah, this is going to be another review from a comic that was sent to us by our good friend, the Mountain Vernon Kid, and we are continuing on with the next volume of Dark Horse's Superhero X, Volume 2, The Dogs of War. Now, X has been, so far, from what I've read, is a pretty straightforward comic. This isn't like a deep emotional kind of, comic. This isn't like you're reading Watchmen, or, you're reading, like, something that's going to change your life. Now, X is pretty much, like I said, it's very much like you're watching a Grindhouse movie. So far, Volume 2 continues my point of, this is a shut-your-brain-off, gritty, Grindhouse kind of movie, with no real major character stuff so far. I mean, there is some character stuff in here, but really this is more about, let's watch X brutally murder people. Which, by the way, this is going to sound really weird, but whenever I read comics, I sometimes think of, like, what voice would fit that character, and for some reason, I keep imagining Michael Ironside as the voice of X. I just kind of imagine X being voiced by Michael Ironside. Like, he just kind of fits, like... For those who are unaware, Michael Ironside, excellent actor, and you probably know him best as Sam Fisher from the Tom Clancy games. He's also, Michael Ironside, of course, also voiced Darkseid in the Justice League cartoon, and voiced Dark Knight Returns Batman in one of the segments of Batman the Animated Series. He's also done a ton of other voice acting, and he's also been in tons of other movies, so you've probably seen him somewhere, but yeah. In my head, I kind of imagine Michael Ironside being the voice of X. That just kind of fits. Yeah. So this second volume is actually technically two stories, a one-shot and a three-part story. The one-shot's pretty straightforward. Some assassins that got away from one of X's massacres are trying to fill in the power vacuum that was left after X murdered the big crime boss, Breckshire. And they're called the Accountant and Mother Hen and Mother Intuition. They were known as the Three Mothers, but now it's down to two after X blew the other one's brains out. Also, can I talk about how weird it is? We can see all this bloody violence, but yet there's like they scramble the curse words, like they censor the like F this and F that, like they censor them all out. And I'm like, if you're showing all this blood and gore, might as well go all out. I mean, you're Dark Horse Comics. You don't have to censor yourselves. You don't have to censor yourselves with this comic, Drzinski. You can do all of this without any backlash. So you can make this as violent and just virile as you possibly can. So the one-shot's pretty easy. It's a pretty straightforward comic. Next we go into the three-parter, which is the Dogs of War. The Dogs of War are this corrupt narcotics special police task force led by a man known as Lieutenant Setter. And the joke is that all of their last names are dogs, like German Shepherd, or like there's a guy named Captain Shepherd. He is German Shepherd. Another one's named Dane. Another one, like, you get the point. Like, they're all like the last names are dog breeds. Yeah, aren't they? Isn't Drzinski clever? But yeah. I get the point, like, I get the idea of what he's trying to do. He's trying to, it's very much, like, reminiscent of Will Eisner's The Spirit, where excuse me, not The Spirit, but not Will Eisner. I was thinking Will Eisner's The Spirit, but what I mean is, it's very much like Dick Tracy, in that, a villain would have a name, and they'd have, like, they'd have, like, a name and feature that is very much icon, like very close to that role, like Big Ears Nelson. I know that's not a villain, but you get my meaning. So yeah, that's like very reminiscent of like a very Dick Tracy thing in here. Except Dick Tracy didn't horribly mangle people. Also, his X's new sidekick, Lee Ferguson, the person who is now gone from network keyboard warrior, so to say, to his sidekick, is really much like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this because I thought I was on board, but now I'm seeing that X is pretty much like zero tolerance. Wow. which is odd because she was very much like, look, I get it, you know, you have to kill people. So it's weird that she's instantly changing her tune. There's another character called Officer Lucindo, with he and three other good cops are set up by Lieutenant Setter to hunt down X and kill them for him, or be in turn killed by X because they're good cops. And I like where that story goes, but we don't really get a lot with those characters. We get quick little bios of them, but really, it's, they're just kind of there, and I don't think we'll see them in the next volume. I skimmed through it, I didn't see them, but maybe they'll show up in, like, the later volumes. Again, Chris only sent me so far, as of this recording, the first 3 volumes, and I do like them. I really do like where this story's going, because it's very much like an action movie. This is very much like a Grindhouse or 90s, or late 80s, early 90s action film, where it's very much, this material is very shut your brain off and watch the blood fly. That's what that's what we've got here, people, with this character of X, is that it's very much like, hey, just watch the blood fly, people, watch the blood fly. So, if you're looking for, like I said, gritty Grindhouse kind of dark superhero telling with, and you're just looking for like a fun ride, I say pick this up. I say I highly recommend it. And yeah, so sometime, as of this recording, I only have the first 3 volumes, and I will be eventually getting around to reviewing Volume 3. And also, Chris can't wait for you to send me the last 3 volumes of this collection. And once again, thank you so much, Chris, for sending these volumes and the other comics to begin with. We appreciate it here at Comic Universe. But there you go, that's my review. So, if you're new here, hope you all enjoyed this review. And remember, if you're also new, hit that subscription button to subscribe to us. Hit that bell for notifications, as well as share this video and our other videos on the channel with your friends, family, and multiple other people on social media. We always appreciate the help, and we're trying to grow as a channel, and every subscription counts, and we're always looking forward to making this YOUniverse, bad pun, a little bit bigger. But until then, hope you all enjoyed this video, and we'll see you once more in the YOUniverse.